a few minutes, get one.
How much are you guys looking at the game plan and doing specific Southern Miss stuff at this point?
Kind of got started tonight a little bit, and so we did a little install today, and then go pretty heavy tomorrow and the next day.
They look defensively like anybody you played this year.
You know, I think athletically, they're like a lot of the guys we've played. I think they're pretty athletic up front. In secondary, they can run. They got some good players back there. I think the Mike Jacker's physical, so they look like, you know, like I say, athletically, like some of the teams we have played for sure.
What has this last couple of weeks felt like? Obviously off but just in the build-up, so many young guys going through this kind of bowl prep for the first time. Coach Pete has made it clear how important these are. I mean, he wants to not just show up but win these things.
Yeah, we want to continue to feel like we got a little momentum going. I think there's some confidence with the group right now. It's always beneficial to get extra practice time. You know, it's funny because we'll go, all right, hey, young guys who you think aren't playing, well, we go, young guys, well, those are our guys. A lot of times in years past, you know, the juniors, seniors, the guys that play don't take as many reps as the younger guys. Well, that's what we've got. So they're getting more turns. We feel like we're continuing to tighten things up, and but we want to keep our confidence and a little bit of swagger going. And we got one more game to do it.
Your offensive line, so much shuffling first half of the season. Felt like at least the interior really kind of settled down for the latter half of the year, and then Trey establishing himself on the left side there. In general, what's the assessment of those guys as the season kind of wore on and they, you know, seem to settle down in some of their roles?
Yeah, I think there's been some development there. Like you're saying, we're mixing and matching, especially early. But I'll give some credit. We mixed and matched in our last game. I mean, Trey goes out and warm-ups, and then all of a sudden couldn't go, and Andrew and Caleb did a nice job of sorting that out. We've got some guys that have, I think, again, developed. I think they're playing with a little bit more better understanding from the guy next to them. But we still need to continue to grow, just like we do every position. But we feel like those are to continue to battle this year.
Was it a process for Jake too to kind of get a feel for what to expect? And, you know, like you guys always say, finally he's hanging in the pocket, doesn't step up when he knows he has to scramble too. Kind of any adjustments for him?
I think, you know, I think just that he's developed a little bit of confidence in that group more and more. We have helped the group, I think, by mixing the protections at times. The biggest piece I see in the growth is middle and run game. Early in the year, first couple of games, I mean, it was a struggle to run the ball. Toward the end of the year, felt like we could run it a little bit better. And that, again, goes to, I think, a sign of that whole line development.
Does Jake have a role in protection at all?
At times, not much. At times, though. I mean, he's got a role when the ball's in his hand to get it out on time, for sure. But we're not asking Jake to do a ton of checking the protection right now.
This might be a premature question, given that you still have a game left, but obviously a big benefit of the bowls is to get the extra practices and get these guys developed. And so as you see these guys developing, knowing what's on the horizon next year, and seeing these guys being 1 year older, you know, what sort of expectations do you have, and what do you guys think you guys are capable of next year?
Yeah, I think, you know, if you start to look forward, which we really haven't, but the expectations going to be higher because a lot of these guys have experience. You know, getting a piece back to John Ross back will be an added expectation, and getting him in the fold, and then, you know, all these guys that have been first-year players and now second-year players that have been seasoned. So we're excited about that, but we do have a game first.
Jonathan, what's it like working with Bush, and how's he involved in the game planning?
You know, he's been awesome. He was pretty involved throughout the year, so that hasn't really changed. Brings a new energy that we've liked. That you know, he's a good football coach. He can coach a lot of positions. He's coached a lot of positions for not outside of just the receivers, and so it was an easy transition for him. And obviously, he came in here, he knew the system, knew the expectations, and that made things really easy.
It looked like during game day that he spent a lot of time with Jake, or a lot of time with the quarterbacks, working with them. How is that now? How does that change a little bit now that he's focused on the receivers?
Yeah, he's got a different responsibility now. He really does, and so he's got that group. Obviously, when it comes to pass game, receivers and quarterbacks are always trying to be on the same page, so he'll still be pretty actively involved. But his responsibility is the receiver position. He's got those guys off to a good start in a few practices.
And the game planning phase, how does he kind of work in there now that he's kind of running the pass game?
Well, yeah, you know, he'll bring some more insights for sure. We'll count on him a lot of times in coverage recognition and how do we want to attack that coverage. What gives our guys the best chance matchup-wise if they want to play some man coverage and putting our guys in the correct spots in the pass game.